Hello and welcome. My name is Lauren Sant. I'm the Executive Director of the Caring Ambassadors Program, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to create your healthcare team. Imagine if your chronic health condition were an opportunity to live a healthier, more meaningful life. Imagine if you could put together a healthcare team comprised of the best medical doctors and healthcare practitioners with you at the center. Imagine that you knew the best treatments from all areas of healthcare and were committed to maintaining them. Imagine that you're working on building a solid support system, managing your stress, following the best nutritional guidance, nurturing your spirituality, mental and emotional health. How much better off do you think you'd be? Through the choices you make in the journey ahead, you have the power to tip the scales in the favor of health, well-being, and healing. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. By making healthy, personalized choices regarding your lifestyle, Western and complementary treatment options, and all aspects of your health, you can give yourself every opportunity to be successful in your healing journey. The most important lesson we've learned over the last 25 years is it's important and proactive steps that you can take in your healthcare journey is assembling a healthcare team that will nourish and support all aspects of your health with you at the center. And it's easy to consider your healthcare team complete once you've established a relationship with your primary care doctor or a Western medical specialist, but Western medical professionals are not equipped to address all aspects of your health. And if they wanted to, they wouldn't have the time. We encourage you to build an integrative healthcare team, to think holistically. Health and wellness aren't only dependent on your physical state. So think beyond the only areas that you make targets and goals. What goals could you work towards in other areas of your life that might improve your overall health and well-being? Familiarize yourself with some of the types of providers and practitioners that support holistic health. Then answer these questions to help you identify your health and wellness priorities and the professionals who can address them. Before we continue, I just want to go over terms and definitions we use for them. There is no standard definition for heal or healing and the act of healing. Whether from a chronic health condition or another transformative life event, it will look different for everyone. Caring Ambassadors defines healing as a process of restoration to a state of wholeness and fulfillment. Physical healing from one's health condition may or may not be part of this process. Healing is a process by which well-being is achieved and a quality of life is improved. And you'll hear about integrative health, integrative medicine. We define this as the health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. A multitude of internal and external factors, genetics, lifestyle, environment, social determinants, access to care, these all influence disease and health and well-being, and therefore we believe all appropriate practitioners and evidence-based therapies, conventional or complementary, should be explored to optimize health. So let's review the 8 areas of health, starting with Western medicine. Advancements in Western medicine have contributed greatly to the quality of life and the longevity of millions through the 20th and 21st century. Today, Western medicine treatments and approaches can improve health outcomes and lifespans in ways we never imagined a decade or two ago. Targeted cancer therapies, stem cell transplants, antiretroviral therapies, advanced imaging techniques, health information technology. We have a cure for hepatitis C. These innovations and so many others have offered hope, healing, and life where options were once very limited. New medical discoveries and treatments emerge every day. The longer you can maintain your health and keep yourself as healthy as possible, the more likely you are to benefit from them. And where Western medicine truly excels is in diagnostics. Western doctors play a key role in diagnosing, monitoring, and assessing disease state and progression by using diagnostics such as laboratory tests and imaging scans. These tests are vitally important throughout your journey, providing objective biological data on changes in your disease state. Results in these diagnostic tests may help you to understand what is working and what isn't in your healthcare plan and contribute to informed decision-making on both you and your provider's parts. Regardless of any other components you choose to include in your healthcare plan, Caring Ambassadors really encourages you to use the best techniques and diagnostics that Western medicine has to offer. Complementary medicine is a term describing healthcare approaches that are not part of the traditional Western medicine system, but are used together with it. Complementary therapies are individual practices included in the complementary medicine model. They're practiced around the world and often rooted in alternative medical systems such as traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, and naturopathy. Complementary medicines can be used together with Western medicines to enhance treatment effectiveness, relieve symptoms, treatment side effects, and improve well-being and quality of life. The potential benefits are numerous. Mind-body therapies can reduce pain and anxiety and depression, relieve stress, improve cognitive performance, enhance your emotional well-being. Body manipulation can reduce tension, stress, anxiety, complement your cancer treatment. Nutrition and supplementation may maintain health and enhance health, prevent disease, reduce inflammation. Exercise can increase longevity, promote weight loss, improve your cardiovascular health. Energy therapies work to reduce pain, improve your mobility, your ability to cope, improve your mood. Creative therapies improve your self-awareness, promote self-healing, decrease your depression. We encourage you to visit the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Medicine's A to Z Health Library. It's online for an evidence-based overview of many of these most popular complementary therapies. Although stronger scientific evidence exists for some than others, many have the potential to improve overall well-being and quality of life in ways we just don't understand yet. What we do know is how important nutrition is. Consider incorporating a dietitian into your healthcare team. What we eat significantly influences our health, for better or for worse. Achieving a healthy weight sets your body up for success when facing a chronic health condition. And importantly, your risk for developing other health conditions related to diet and weight are greatly reduced if you are at a healthy body weight. And it's not just about how much you eat. What types of food you eat play a significant role in your dietary and nutritive health. Nutrition is increasingly addressed by medical doctors when treating chronic health conditions, but it's a cornerstone of integrative healthcare plans. Proper nutrition can help you reduce inflammation in the body, and it's associated with, inflammation is associated with many ways that it can damage your body and associated with chronic diseases like cancer, autoimmune diseases, diabetes, Alzheimer's. And inflammation can be caused or worsened by factors like stress or depression, as well as what we introduce in our bodies in the form of foods, chemicals, and toxins. And some foods are known to cause inflammation while others combat it. So learn what these are for you. And I know I've said this before, but exercise. Getting enough exercise is one of the most important things that we can do to maintain good health. The importance of exercise becomes even more significant when you're living with a chronic health condition, because it can help prevent physical decline and slow disease progression. Take control by making exercise a part of your healthcare plan every day, daily. The benefits are too good to ignore. Stress is a normal emotional and physiological reaction to the many things we're encountering in our daily lives, especially today in 2020, and don't underestimate its impact. Chronic or ongoing stress can cause very real mental, emotional, and physical problems. It can actually depress our immune system and make us more susceptible to other health problems. It contributes to anxiety, depression, insomnia, obesity, and heart disease. It's linked to mental illness and pain, and it is a risk factor for substance abuse. But the good news is, by practicing stress management techniques, you can take control of your stress. Success with stress management has been shown to improve your person's ability to cope with health outcomes, improve sleep, pain, and quality of life. There are numerous stress management techniques that you can use to combat stress in life. For acute stress, try forgiveness. It's often cited to be a significant force in promoting well-being. Try breathing exercises. These can help calm the nervous system and reduce stress. Meditation, other relaxers, calms users, gives you a sense of focus, awareness, and promotes relaxation and inner peace. Exercise, I just said it. It helps induce your endorphins, and these help induce feelings of happiness. Exercise further helps us reduce stress by distracting us from the day's worries and improving sleep quality. If you feel chronically stressed, you may want to consider taking a class or getting professional help to manage your stress. Try yoga, tai chi, qigong, hypnosis or imagery, biofeedback, art, music, and dance therapy. All of these can help you promote a healing response. Chronic stress can lead to many health problems, so we encourage you to get a handle on your stress and address it. When we talk about well-being, but what is well-being? Well-being is a broad term that means different things to different people. And a variety of health practitioners can contribute to one's overall health being by enhancing your quality of life, your health, or your outlook. According to the Center for Disease Control, well-being is associated with numerous health, job, family, and economically related benefits. For example, higher levels of well-being are associated with a decreased risk of disease, illness, and injury, better immune functioning, speedy recovery, and increased longevity. Individuals with higher levels of well-being are more productive at work and are likely to contribute more to their communities. Emotional and mental health are important components of well-being. A harmful emotional mental state can damage our bodies and our physical health. Our emotions can impact functions like blood pressure, heart rate, sleep, digestion, and these negative emotions and poor mental health can manifest themselves in adverse behaviors. And these are counterproductive to the healing process. Mental health disorders like depression and anxiety are more common among people with chronic health conditions. And they're also associated with poor physical health, disease progression, and mortality. So it's especially important when facing chronic health conditions to address your mental and emotional health in your healthcare plan. And while there's no one single recipe for creating well-being, there's happiness researchers, yes, they do exist. And they put these 4 core components together. Awareness, being present in the moment. Don't let our mind wander. People that live in the present moment are happier. Connection. The connection component is an emotional ability to have successful relationships with others. Having meaningful relationships with others substantially contributes to a sense of well-being. Insight, understanding how our own self works. Basically, the story we tell ourselves about ourselves. A healthy self-narrative begins with the belief that we are flexible, evolving beings who can adapt to change and capable of happiness despite setbacks. This belief promotes resilience, which is especially important when facing a chronic condition. And finally, purpose. A bounty of research points to a sense of purpose as being a significant contributor to well-being and happiness. Purpose can also be thought of as what inspires us, what we live for. What's your ultimate motivation in life? By reflecting and focusing on your purpose and aligning it with your daily behavior, you can nurture your own sense of well-being. Resilience and well-being. Resilience is what helps us to adapt well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress. In the simplest terms, it means our ability to bounce back from challenging situations and regain or find a new sense of well-being and contentment. Having supportive relationships is a strong predictor of well-being and increased quality of life. The effects of this impact aren't just emotional. People with a strong support system also enjoy better health outcomes and a reduced disease burden. In fact, having strong relationships help us live longer. Unfortunately, the opposite is also true. Isolation and loneliness lead not only to depression, but also to poorer health outcomes. No one needs to face a chronic condition alone. When you face a chronic condition, get help, seek help from others, ask for help. We encourage you to build a support system and make that part of your integrated treatment team. Spirituality. For thousands of years, spiritual practices have been an integral part of worldwide healing traditions. When discussing spirituality, frequently the concepts of religion and prayer come to mind, but not all people take part in an organized religion. That doesn't mean you're not spiritual or it shouldn't be part of your life or self-care. So for our purposes, spirituality is simply defined as the connectedness between you and what you define as your source of healing. A spiritual practice may promote meaning or purpose in your life, a sense of connectedness, your personal values, or a belief that humans mean more than just your physical existence on earth. There's countless ways to practice spirituality, and it may enter your daily life through spending time in nature, being of service to others, reading a book, writing poetry, communicating with your ancestors, meditating, or just to choose practicing harmlessness. Each person has his or her own spiritual journey. The type of journey one practices is less important than the fact that it works for you and allows you to continue to grow. How does spirituality impact health? Science can't prove a definitive answer. What we do know is that religion and spirituality tend to involve social connectedness and community, which are beneficial to our health. Spiritual practices such as meditation, journaling, and prayer also elicit positive emotions, which have positive physiological impacts and decrease blood pressure and heart rate. However, there are health benefits to religion and spirituality that extend beyond what is known. So as you explore your options, we encourage you to write down each of the areas of what you want to do now, what you might want to consider in the future, perhaps with a bit more research, and what you know you'll never do. Be realistic. Don't write down something you're not going to do. And then start making a plan that you can share with your potential team. Now that you have a plan, it's time to start recruiting the right healthcare team for you. This is just a partial list of questions, but look at these questions, write them down, go to our website, you can print them off. We have many more there for you. But it's really important to discuss these with all of your doctors. Are they covered by your healthcare plan? Are they conveniently located? Will they work together? Do they treat the same healthcare conditions you have? Do they use language you understand? Are they licensed in the field that they're expertise in? And will they support all of your preferences? These are important questions that you should ask all of your doctors and make sure that you have a team that's working for you. Knowledge is important when it comes to managing your recovery from a chronic health condition. However, there is a tipping point when information hurts more than it helps. Too much of the wrong kind of information has the power to overwhelm and cause feelings of anxiety and depression, especially if you're newly diagnosed. Protect your mental and emotional health. If the amount or the content of the information you're finding is causing you to become stressed, anxious, or depressed, step away. Take part in an activity that brings you joy and peace. Remember, you are the same person you were before your diagnosis. Diagnosis does not define you, nor will the information you find online shape who you become. Keeping a positive attitude and supporting your mental health is just as important, if not more so, than being informed on every aspect of your health. In closing, my advice is choose your healthcare team like your life depends on it. It does. Ask questions of everyone. Understand all aspects of your health condition. Listen to your body and trust your intuition. And be brave in all aspects of health. If you've lost motivation to take that extra step to build your team, try to figure out what's holding you back. And if you can find it, it may save your life. Good luck. Thank you. Let us know how we can help. We're here for you.